Okay, so here's the room. I will do a quick little spin. So I think the last time that you guys saw this room, I had still a gallery wall here and I had some shelves here for books and things. Since then, my daughter put those hearts there for Valentine's Day. The wall is otherwise pretty bare. I actually moved that bookshelf up here. I put it on its side and I put the books there because they each wanted their own desk. So we used to have a kind of bigger table here that the girls shared while we did crafts, and then I had my desk. But you know, they're bigger. We do homeschool, so they need more space. And I let them personalize their desk however they want. So that's all their artwork they taped up on there. And then, let me back out a little bit. And then that table that we had, I actually ended up cutting it for my son. So I didn't clean up for this video and he got paint on there. He's 3, so I just let him do whatever there. So he has his own little space. Okay, so behind there, I don't know if you saw, I do store just 2 things. This is our microscope and an abacus. And normally I don't like to stuff things in the corners, but these things don't fit in the cabinets. So that's just where they live. We have, oops, our books. And then on this, I do try to keep this shelf here blank. When I first decluttered this room, before decluttering, I had a bunch of stuff on here and it just looks terrible. So here we keep our picture study. And right now I have this little drawing that one of my daughters did. The girl that eats gum, or the girl eating gum, and she put some, I don't know what she put on there, but it looks like gum. But anyways, we keep our picture study here. So they can get used to looking at different painters. And I have my sketchbook there that I am letting dry right now. And then here I have some completed journals here. And then I keep other completed journals over there. And some of them are mine, some of them are my daughter's. And then here I thrifted this cute little, I don't know, cabinet thingy. And then on top I keep my paintbrushes and this mug that my mom got me when I graduated school. And it's so cute. I love all the paint colors on there. So I love using that to paint. And then just some little things my kids have given me. So here I just keep these, I don't know what these are called, acrylic inks. So I keep these here. I keep gouache in here. One of my daughters made this piece of pottery, charcoal pencils. And so, as you know, we homeschool in this room, and it's an office. And it's also where we create. So I have to have enough space. So I have to share or distribute that space between all of those things that we do here. So you'll see a little bit of everything. And so yeah, let's get started. To get to these cabinets, I do have to move this, but I don't have things in here that I use all the time. So it's not a problem. So here I have a bunch of math things. Then I have extra notebooks and like scrap paper, math bin. And then here's like all our science things for experiments. And over here too, we have like our nature study. But if you're here for crafting, you probably don't care that much about that. So I'm gonna not go into detail with these. This is also a homeschool bin or homeschool cabinet. So they have all their individual books in there. Oh, this is also a homeschool cabinet. And just to give you an idea, this used to all have crafting things in here. But I had to declutter the crafting because we used to have a cabinet in the living room, or I'm sorry, the dining room, that was filled with homeschool stuff, and I wanted to empty that cabinet. So in order for me to fit all of the homeschool stuff in the office, I had to declutter some of the crafting items. So that's why you see such a shift in what is stored here now versus what I used to have when I did my craft room declutter. So anyways, this is homeschool stuff. Okay, so here you do see this cable that it is our sharpener. It's not the most aesthetic thing there, but it beats having the sharpener on my desk. So this is what you're probably here for, which is all the crafting and junk journaling supplies and organization. These are all my art inspiration books. So I have like Creative Wanderlust. I have this one, which is really fun too. And they have different craft projects. I have a couple of kids books that I either like the illustrations or the color palette. So yeah, that's what those are. Then here I have beads and buttons. I used to have a huge bin of beads and buttons, and I downsized a lot. So I just use these Dollar Tree containers to store most of the beads. And then these are just like in a Ziploc bag here. They do like beaded crafts, so they have the cord there. Then down here I have my binding supplies. I have a flower press. Here I just have some little, like not jump rings, but like kind of hardware to make charms. I have my crocodile, and then different kind of hardware things too. So like book corners, plates, crocodile, I forget what these are called, but those. And then these, it would be nice if I knew the name of things. And then in this box I have things to make charms too. And this cute little box I thrifted. So I have these wooden spools to make charms. These little things. Just different beads. Keys. And then at the bottom I have twine. And then all of the books that I use for junk journaling. If you remember, or if you saw my video where I decluttered, I had a ridiculous amount of books that I used for junk journaling. So I downsized so much. I think at one point I had all of these shelves covered in books, plus a whole other shelf. And that was just unrealistic for me, and how I journal and what I do is just, it was just too much. So I am really happy with this. It's just so much easier for me to craft now. And I have them locked because I have little. So these are the girls' desks, and if you can see here, they made like little secret rooms where they just hang out. They call them secret rooms. But they said it's fine if I show it. So I think it's so cute how they just made a comfy little spot. So that's their desk. It's not like the most Instagram worthy, you know, with the mismatching chairs, mismatching desks, but we make it work, and we spend a lot of time in here. I guess I can show you my desk now. I built this little stand here with a hole to serve as my tripod, and it works so much better than the actual tripod I had because I get a flat view instead of my old tripod. It was kind of angled, and I couldn't get the legs out of the view. Like, it was just a pain in the butt. So I have my printer down there, which is not ideal. It is a little bit annoying when I have to like mess with the settings or anything like that, but I'd rather have it there than in plain view all the time. And then here I have this basket where I keep all my current journals. So like my watercolor, my sketchbook, my junk journal, my regular just like writing journal. So those are in there. I hide my sewing machine in there. I mean, it's mostly hidden. You can definitely see it. Then here I have this washi tape that doesn't go here. My husband's laptop, straight cutter thing, stapler. And then here I have some homeschool stuff, like their portfolio and paperwork that I keep, a math curriculum, and some other things there. And then here is my junk drawer, basically. I have these two little, what are they, pencil cases with pencils, markers, watercolor pencils, and things like that. My heat gun, which it looks bad with the cord over there, but it's just easy. The way that where I have my plug is behind my desk, and I rather just keep it in the drawer rather than have to go behind my desk every time that I need it, which is like every day. I have another bag of like my fancy pens and just like my nicer pens and things. And then I have glues, which that thing, okay, I'll fix that later. I have my commonplace journal. What is this? Corner punch, double-sided tape, empty pencil case, glue, and like a circle punch. And yeah, so I keep those things here. It's kind of my messy drawer. Okay, then you already saw those books, but that's the limit. We can't have no more. So here's where I keep most of my art supplies, and I'm going in and out of focus. So let's just start over here. These little shoe things I got from my sister. So I use them here. Here I have the top one. I have these Neo Color 2s. I have watercolor pencils and then a gouache palette, which I got. It's so much harder to do this with one hand. And I got this from Michael's for 12 bucks when they have like their 50% off sale, $12.50. And I use the lid as a palette, mostly when I'm being lazy or my other palette is just full. But I like how the colors look on there, so then I never did end up washing it. Here I have mixing mediums. And then here I have random things like gold foil, watercolor palette, some ceramic paint, more watercolor, and then some of these like cream puff paint things, and then some more watercolor. And then up here I have like large paintings or some of the paintings my kids have made. In this bin I also have some more mixing medium products and my apron. Here I have my palette, my acrylic paints, some paper that I put down to cover my desk, and another paint palette. And then this bin is like my paint tools. So I have a jelly plate, the roller, just some random things. And then here I have pencils and oil pastels, or soft pastels, I don't even know. A bag of brushes, like extra brushes, and then oil paints. And then I have these blender things for when you draw. And here I have a bag for my son's baby book that I need to order the pictures and get started on that. So I have like all my things that I want to put in that book, in that bag. And then back here is Christmas. So I have all my Christmas supplies. So I have books, stickers, fabric, everything that is Christmas goes in this bin. And that's all that we're allowed to keep. And then the last bin is my fabric bin. And I used to have so much fabric. Like, I was never gonna use all that up. So it's nice that now I just keep a little bit. Here I just have like a mat, which I really should get in the habit of using more, because my desk, I painted the top and I still got marks on it now, even though I cover it. And then we have a world map and a US map for our homeschool. So this part is most of kind of like office stuff. I have a binding machine, selfie printer, a label maker. As you can see, is inks, Sharpies, pens, label maker, glues, sticker paper, specialty paper, regular paper, tapes. This is like carving tools and things. There's clay in this bin. There's clay back here. A little pottery throwing wheel. Here's the binding machine, the laminator. And then this is curriculum that I'm not using anymore, that I haven't really found the spot for yet. I might end up donating it because it's like 4 grade levels ahead from one kid to the next. So that means I would have to keep it like maybe 3 to 4 years, depending when the next student is ready for it. And I just don't want to do that. So here is some crafting supplies, or I mean scrapbooking paper things. So as you can see, I have them labeled kind of like a general idea of what they are. This is watercolor paper. This is an embossing machine. I have big map paper here, more scrapbooking paper, and this is all kind of art paper. So I have oil, sketchbook paper, drawing paper, those kind of things. And then down here, I have my Etsy shop and like shipping supplies and extra goodies that I include when people order from my Etsy shop. I have spine and cover making things. So I have like paper bags, the bags of scrapbooking paper pads and things like that, cereal boxes. Here I have just my sewing kit where I have thread and things. And before I used to have things behind these things, but now there's nothing behind there. So it's just nice to know that everything is nice and organized. I do wish certain things weren't layered. Like for example, if I have to grab glues, I have to move this. Not a big deal because I don't do that all the time. But my goal is to keep things to a one layer and also not stacked like front to back either. So everything's like one layer. Most things are. And this is the last bin. So here we have ribbons, which I'm pretty sure when I did the decluttering video for this office, I didn't even open this cabinet because it was insane. So look at it now. It's like amazing. So I have ribbons here. I have some like pretty ribbons here, like kind of silky and embroidered type of ribbons. Here I have these little envelopes that keep paper, like, let me show you. So these are like cutouts that I use for my art journaling. Here I have like some printables and things. Printables. If you remember the video of wallpaper, I think this is all the wallpaper I have, which is insane because I had books on books and books. But I actually found a local craft, like they're called like Crafty Junk something or other, and I was able to donate and they took everything. It was awesome. So it went to a good home. And then here's things that I've cut out from different books. So I keep those together, so when I want an art journal, I just grab the whole pile and I go through it. And let me show you how I've organized my ribbons. So I took Dollar Tree, like a foam board, and I cut it into rectangles. And then I wrapped the ribbon around and used a little pin to hold it in place. And my daughter did, I'm so out of focus. There we go. My daughter did use the ribbons. That's why they look a little bit messy right now. And honestly, they could use a little, like I could do with one less of each of these so I can put them back easily, because I don't like the resistance when I'm putting things away. And then this little case I thrifted, but you can see I have like the fancier ribbons in here. And this used to be able, this used to not close, but now it's able to close easily. Boom, I love that. In this cubby, I have stamps and inks in here. I have some like junk journal, like random bits that I either collect or I've gotten from people that I purchase journals from and things like that. And then here are like my stencils and stamps that I've made. And then this, I love this little case thing. I have like my own handmade junk journal things. So like little journal toppers, journaling cards made out of scraps. So I have those kind of things in here. And then here's where I have my alphabet thing. What is this? This is the that black label marker. And then in this bin, I have my current junk journal things that I need to put into my junk journal. And then once it's full, even though this box takes a big old space, but this is like my wedding memory box. I have a little scrap from my reception dress and some like our wedding invitation and things like that in there. So I want to make a journal of our wedding. Back there I have our artist study things. So I only use those 3 times a year where I need to rotate them, so it's fine that they're back there. And then this bin is nice because I can just pull this out when I want to journal and everything is in here. I have glitters, stamps, little cards like journaling cards and postcards, little ephemera packs that I've bought, and then some cut aparts, label things. And then here I have cards and envelopes. My mom got me this little stationery thing, so it's cards and envelopes in here too. And some printables and cut aparts, labels, printables, tickets, postcards, and just like random junk journaling bits. And if you want to see a more in-depth look in here, you can let me know in the comments. But it's kind of your standard scrapbooking and journaling things. And the last cubby is washi tape, which I used to have about 3 or 4 of these, and this is all my washi tape now, except the lone one that we found earlier. And then these are my stickers, which these could probably use a little bit of a fine-tuning because they're pretty stuffed in here. So I used to keep my bigger sticker packs like these in one of those 12 by 12 scrapbooking cases, but then I would forget that I had them, so I stuffed everything in here, and now it's just a little bit too much. But I have rub-on stickers. All the top ones are rub-on stickers. Then I keep my word stickers and alphas in here, just so they're easier to find. And then I just have a bunch of random, like these kind of take up a lot of space. I could probably combine them. But then here I have like all my clear stickers. Well, some. This one has random little stickers. I have my sticker books. And yeah. If you want to see a sticker collection video, let me know. I think that would be fun to declutter them with you guys. These can actually go in the baby box for my son. And I have one more in here that I know. Here it is. So I have this one that I've been waiting to use when I make his baby scrapbook. And yeah, that is it. That is my office / homeschool / craft room tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about any of the products that you saw, or where I got any of the storage containers or anything like that, just let me know and I'll try my best to let you guys know where I got it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.